Hi. So just been for my walk, even though I'm feeling rubbish still. I actually got up, took my daughter to school and went back to bed. But then I went up for a walk, so it's okay, I cancelled it out. And I've just been having really vivid dreams the last week or so. And, I've always had on and off moments where I've had really bad dreams, and usually it's pretty obvious what's going on behind them. And they've always followed a fairly consistent pattern in terms of the same people being in them and different scenes, but always the same kind of, I guess, feeling of helplessness that went through them all. But the new dreams are different. They're really, really vivid, totally different characters in them, and really randomly different settings. There was one the other day, and I kind of really remember them well afterwards as well. And there was one the other day where we lived in a house similar to the one we're in, but a bit older. And for some reason, we had three bathrooms upstairs. And my daughter had gone to run a bath. And she'd done that kind of Paddington thing where the bath had overflowed and filled the bathroom. And I'd gone up there to see what was going on. Opened the door and all the water had flooded out, and it had flooded down the stairs. And at the bottom of the stairs, my husband has a study with his guitars in it, with some really nice guitars because he's a guitarist. So I went legging it downstairs to warn him to get the guitars off the ground. He was sat there playing the guitars. And he just didn't seem to care. He was just like, yeah, whatever. And already the mould was forming on the roof from where all the dampness had come through. And I was just like, oh my God, this is a nightmare. And have you seen what she's done to the other bathroom? The shelves are being pulled off. And I was really freaking out. And my husband was just like, yeah, whatever, which is not like him at all. And I woke up from that one with a full-on panic attack. And I had to do something to break the state because I was just, I could see it was a dream, but it was awfully, awfully vivid. And there's been a few fairly consistently, but totally different stories. So as I went on my walk, one of the things I like about walking is it gives me a little bit of headspace, clarity to think. And even though I was feeling rubbish, it was important both to get the exercise and also to get that thinking space today. And I realised that the theme that was running through each of them was not being taken seriously. That no matter what the scale of what was happening, however obvious it was, it's just nobody seemed to be listening to me. And actually, the people in my dreams were acting very out of character, making me feel like I was being weird. And I was thinking about where this all comes from, because my belief, as I mentioned before, is that dreams are just your subconscious filing and sorting and linking stuff back in your memory banks that has come up through the day. And I've got the court case coming over me, and I'm going to have to stand in a witness stand, and I'm going to get asked questions by a defense lawyer. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know how I'm going to answer questions because my whole life I've believed that nobody would believe me. And actually, in fairness, I barely believe myself, even though I had all these horrible memories. And now I've got somebody in public knowing all the details that I thought I would never share with anybody, going to ask me questions with the specific intent of undermining my credibility and proving that I'm lying. And I don't know how I'm going to be a 42-year-old Dawn stood in that stand as opposed to become the child who was in the reality that he created, where you don't tell anybody what goes on and it was all my fault. So that's what I realized. And sometimes, for me, realizing stuff is enough to be able to work on it, and sometimes not. And this time, I'm not sure where I'm going with this. So that's my thought of the day, which is a bit intense. So I think I'll leave it there. Okay, bye.